All right. Next up, we are going to go over to Vivian. Vivian, where are you coming from today?
I am coming from Ohio.
Wow, welcome.
Vivian from Ohio. What's up, Vivian? Nice. Are you being Finn or Fiona? I can't see the ears very well, but I think it's Finn.
I'm just trying to be Finn. I was
For
just
sure.
kind of last minute because I was gonna go to my friend's house, but then I saw that I was accepted and I was dropping everything and going. So
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, thank you for dropping everything and just and being on this amazing fun fan cast. I love your costume. Even though it's last minute, I knew exactly what it was. That's the best part about being Finn is the hat is so iconic that you can see it from a mile away.
Vivian, what was your question?
I wanted to ask. Well, first I want to say it. So far in the series, Lance hasn't been portrayed as a fully serious character. His presence brings comedic relief in almost all situations. I was wondering that if you were personally disappointed that Lance was reduced to comedic relief in the majority of the series, and in the last season, how serious is Lance going to get in personally and with the other characters?
Good question. I think for me, one of my favorite parts about playing Lance is that he is very comedic and gets a lot of very funny lines. Just for me as an actor, that's fun to do because when I'm in the booth, I get a lot of the great one-liners, and so if I'm doing it right and I'm making my castmates in the booth laugh, then I know I'm doing my job well. So it's a nice barometer when you have comedy stuff that if you can make your castmates laugh, you're doing good. And ultimately, that's honestly what I'm even trying to do half the time on those comedic bits is I'm just kind of trying to get a little giggle out of Josh over here, or Kimberly over there, or Bex to my right. And if I can see them start going, then I'm like, haha, I nailed that line. All right, cool, we're good to go. And I think Lance is, I think he's relatable in that way that he does kind of deal with things in a kind of comedic sense. I think I'm definitely that way in real life too, and so that's why I relate to that, and I like that for his character. I think that he definitely has that sensitive side, which we do see a good amount here and there, and that's what makes it fun. I think a good balance is always the best, and so I do think he does get some great serious moments. And there's so much that happens in the show that sometimes it seems like, oh, there's not very much, but there, you have a lot of characters to kind of focus on at different times. Yeah. But I think they do a pretty good job with that. All the moments that do focus on him in a serious way, I'm really happy with, and I think they do a great job of. And so those are much more earned when you have the comedy mixed in and you get to see the full sides of the character. And as far as season 8 coming up, I think it's obvious because it's the climax of the whole show that you're going to get some serious moments just because there's always those heartfelt moments in the finales of series because you're seeing the end of the road for these relationships that have started, from the beginning of the show and up until now, and kind of the arcs coming to their close and finishing. So I would say, no matter what, Lance is always going to have a funny line here and there, so that's always going to happen. Yeah. But I think in the final season, there's a few very specific moments that I'm thinking of right now that I can't spoil, but that are very serious, and that are some really good emotional, really good scenes. So I think if you're looking for that and you want that, I think you're going to definitely get it in spades in season 8.
Okay, thank you. I also want to say that I really liked your newest music video.
Oh, thank you, Bullet for Sweetheart. Yeah, shameless plug, shout out. If nobody's seen it yet, my band Make Out Monday, we just released a brand new music video for our single Bullet for Your Sweetheart, and it's kind of like a homage to old horror movies that's kind of like cheesy B horror films, and so it's perfect for Halloween. It's really great. So after this, if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. That's Make Out Monday, Bullet for Sweetheart. Shameless plug over. Next question.
Vivian, thank you so much. That was an amazing, well thought out question. Thanks for dressing up with us today.
It's fantastic. Thank you, Vivian.